Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Hussein Al-Adwani, Catofin Plant Process Operation and Safety Expert. I worked for Catofin Plant approximately 22 years, direct or managerial level at Ibn Zahar Sabik. Really believing in safety as crucial as it is a shared responsibility. Each individual plays a vital role in maintaining safety at work, home, and within the community. From this perspective, I am redoing a review of the potential hazard associated with the Catofin plant or Catofin reactor system, including its sequence, valves, interlock, and emergency procedures. I am committed to utilize my experience, knowledge, and background to ensure safety within the community, and I am sharing these findings with you. Hopefully, advanced in the technology can eliminate the presence of such hazards identified. Okay, I wanna start with the steam purge systems, because steam purge system always we are looking at it as a safest system in the reactor. I remember this system before there was no counter. It's worth to say that I am the one who raised this up or identified this hazard associated with the steam purge no flow checks. 1994, then it has been implemented in 1998 with the boiler incident recommendation. It's nothing to do with the boiler incident, but it has been implemented that time. Okay, since I talk about incident of the boiler incident doesn't or nothing to do with the steam purge. It is mainly because of backflow from evacuation header to the air outlet header full of hydrocarbon. Reactor evacuation valve was open, pressurized the evacuation header, then other reactor evacuation valve was open and air outlet was open, so it flown back to the air outlet header from evacuation header, then expanded in the waste heat boiler and exploded there. This is briefly. So I will start with the steam purge system. Steam purge system. Okay, we should not believe anything is safe. We have to ensure it is safe. Just by ensuring and testing and checking, we will say yes. This okay. I start with the steam purge and hydrocarbon inlet. This is I found a concern here, or it has to be, or a hazard. Human error play role here. Let's suppose I'll give you the scenario is better. Suppose I am the panel operator. I bypass the reactor, and I wanted to purge two or three, at least two reactors. Okay. I have bypassed the reactor, open bypass already. Now I wanted to purge the reactor. Always there is no hurry in this step, but you have to make sure. I just put the hydrocarbon inlet in manual. I wanted to close the valve, but unfortunately I did not close it. Whether I press closing, did not close. I thought it has a close. Then I went to the reactor, hydrocarbon outlet open. I thought hydrocarbon inlet closed. Then I open a steam purge. Steam purge maybe 1 minute, depends on your purging pressure and Then I purge the reactor after I close the steam purge. Here, when you close the steam purge, of course, you have counter already reading stored there, 2000 kg, I think, minimum. So the quantity is already stored in the totalizer, qualitizer, totalizer, whatever you call it. So this will permissive your air inlet opening. Okay, but remember, you purge the reactor with hydrocarbon inlet open. You attempt to close, but you did not close. So we wanted to close hydrocarbon outlet, then it did not close because hydrocarbon inlet is still open. So you just thought only you forgotten the purge already. In your mind is already done the purge, but the procedure should call for purging again, closing hydrocarbon inlet and purging again. But human error is always there, and systems should not allow human error, especially if related to explosion or such things. So when they close the hydrocarbon inlet, then close hydrocarbon outlet, then your air inlet ready to be opened into without a protection, because your system, which is protecting you, is already taking the quantity of the steam of the purged in the reactor. So it is permitting you to open air and open evacuation and open air inlet. So you will have open air into unpurged reactor, then you will have waste heat boiler explosion or your downstream piping or whatever, depends on how extent is the incident. This is a manual operation. Also, I can give scenario automatic if automatic scenario if you sequence running then stopped for hydrocarbon and it did not open, then you take it manual, you open it, but you did not put it auto, you put it off or manual, is still in manual, started your cycle timer, the same scenario is happening. So what is the recommendation or recommendation for a control measure is to link hydrocarbon inlet with the steam purge valve, valve to valve interlock. Steam purge valve cannot open if hydrocarbon inlet open. It will stop your cycle timer and it will alert you for hydrocarbon inlet valve did not close in the right time or right step. This will protect you. So even manual or automatic and running normal or manual operation, so it will protect you here. This is one concern about steam purge and hydrocarbon inlet valve, which is a major one. I recommend to link the valve to valve interlock, hydrocarbon inlet and the steam purge. This will eliminate it completely, inshallah. The other thing also with the steam purge, I told you I will concentrate with the steam purge because it is a peaceful guy. I still have concern of any time can overpressure the reactor by steam purge. How the scenario is by mistake I open, because steam purge will open to any reactor without any interlock. It is a free guy. Open it, it will open. So this is the risk here is I may overpressure the reactor. My scenario is if you have a boxed up reactor at 600 degrees, this is normally in the Catofin 600 degrees. By mistake I wanted to open evacuation. I opened the steam purge. Then after 1 minute, 2 minutes, I realized that I opened the steam purge. I see the reactor pressure increase. Then what I do, of course, I will close the steam purge. I am in situation where I surprised or I still thinking. So when I close it now, what will happen to the reactor pressure? I am admitting low pressure steam low pressure saturated steam at 145, 150 degrees into a 600 degrees reactor full of hot catalyst. How much pressure will go up, how much this need to be calculated, but I believe it will go above 6 kg. I believe that. I don't roughly calculation. It will go up more than that. Design of the reactor pressure is of the reactor is 2.9. I know there is safety valve in the steam purge line, but they are not protecting the reactor once you close the steam purge valve. Recommendation: the recommendation, you link the steam purge valve with hydrocarbon outlet and evacuation valve. Steam purge cannot open unless hydrocarbon outlet valve open or evacuation valve is open. Period. Manual or automatic operation. You cannot open steam purge if you don't have one of these valve open. This is the second thing. The third thing is that I haven't considered this a long time as a Ibn Zahra. I think still there is a issue of the most of Catofin plant, they have this problem. It's related to once you putting hydrocarbon inlet outlet valve in position is a normal operation. When you are starting your reactor, bypassing the reactor, shutting down your plant. So when you put them in off position, what will happen? You will drain, or hydraulic oil pressure will be drained. After a while, then valve will start moving back a little bit. When valve is moving back a little bit, it is eliminating two of the main control measures in the system to prevent hydrocarbon mixing with air. It will eliminate the control measures, the main two control measures of eliminating hydrocarbon and air mixing. So what are they? Valve mechanically closed and the nitrogen seal. How? Nitrogen seal, once the valve moved back a little bit, the angle valve of the nitrogen seal for valve bonnet and the stuffing box will be closed, because angle valve once moved a little bit the stem, the angle valve will be closed. So this is one, and there is a possibility of the valve to move back more due to abnormality in the system. Flow can induce vibration can move the valve. So this is the scenario. What we need to do is to make continuous pressure to the closing side of the hydraulic actuator. Should be pressurized from the closing side point of view, and this will eliminate valve moving and eliminate opening of the angle valve, closing of the angle valve of the seal steam. So what we need to do is to energize the solenoid for hydraulic oil system to supply pressure into the closing side of the actuator. This will solve the problem completely, moving the valve possibility to move and closing the angle valve, or cutting off your nitrogen system to the bonnet and stuffing box. This is the solution. The third thing, this scenario is it is hydraulic system failure. Hydraulic system failure. Hydraulic system failure is one of the most critical scenario, and handling a procedure to be really reviewed again and again. But what I will do here, I am myself considering failure of hydraulic oil system is a dual failure. It is not only hydraulic oil system failure, it is also it will be a failure of the nitrogen steam seal system to the reactor valve, bonnet, and stuffing box. So this will be taken serious. We believe this is, I believe this is a dual failure, and we should consider it as a dual failure, because also movement of the valve back when they have no oil pressure in the closing side, and the safety is closing always the safety. In this regard, when you put off or when you cut off or when you don't have hydraulic oil pressure. So recommendation in such scenario or in such failure, hydraulic oil failure, what we need, it's nothing much to do, and in this scenario the activity will be too much and the steps will be never done before. There are so many steps never done before. It will be for first time doing the guys for the plant to shut it down safely. And always when you fighting one enemy, don't allow other enemy to attack you. This is what I mean by the seal system. So we need to have, this is the recommendation for this issue control measure. Recommendation is to have the angle valve to be provided with bypass. This bypass can be opened during such situation. It will help you to safe shut down your plant without any other problem. So it will make you comfortable and saving your plant, because this is the failure of hydraulic is one of the critical scenarios. Hydraulic oil system, one of the main or the most critical scenarios in the Catofin. So we need to make it safer than now if it happens. I remember it happens once, but I don't want to talk about it because we had something else. So what we need to do is to provide the angle valve with the bypass. This bypass to be one step of the hydraulic oil failure handling procedure. One step is to open the angle valve bypass to allow nitrogen or steam flowing into the valve bonnet and stuffing box. The other use of this angle valve bypass, so many uses, will be for operation when they have low seal pressure for one valve. They can utilize and adjust it through the bypass. When maintenance want to check or troubleshooting the angle valve, they can utilize this. When so many uses, but for the emergency, it is mainly or it is really needed. This is all what I thought of. I'm doing some more, but I need some information. I'm collecting some information. Thank you very much. I hope this can be taken seriously and reviewed, restudied, and decide for the right action. Thank you.